can't do. Lord, I've seen your work before, so I'll trust you all the more because you are. You are the sovereign God, and you're bigger than all. Bigger than all my problems. In every situation, there is nothing too hard for the sovereign God. A wave of your hand can command the seas to hold their peace. If you can handle the seas, then I know that you can deal with all my needs. So I will put every situation into your capable hands. I don't have to know the plan because you are the sovereign God. You're bigger than all my problems. In every situation, there is nothing too hard for the sovereign God.
Hey guys, what's going on? Man, I'm really heartbroken right now. I, I don't even know where to start, man. Really, let me say this, man. I come on here a lot of times. Hey y'all, what's going on? I come on here a lot of times and I make little comments and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Having a child will change you. It changes your heart. It just changes your whole vibe. Your energy changes when you have a son, a daughter that this little boy follow me all over the house. You know what I'm saying? I love it though. It doesn't bother me one bit. You know, I love him. You know what I'm saying? I love my son. Love him to death, man. Love him to life. You know, but this weekend, man, we've got to do better as a people, man. And I come on here a lot of times and go at people real hard and turn up and stuff, but people, when I talk about this stuff, when I say the things I say, man, there are a lot of black mothers and fathers right now grieving across this country right now. We've killed so many children this weekend. It's not even, I don't want to be right. I didn't want it to be 17 deaths in Chicago this weekend. I didn't want that. I didn't want it to be 70 people shot, 17 deaths just in Chicago. I'm watching video of people crying, 7-year-old girl dead, man. Like what? And when I just literally listened to Tariq a few minutes ago, I know you guys say, why you listen to Tariq? Because he has a lot of people following him. There's a lot of people believing in his ideology and what he speaks on, what he says. So it's important for me to understand what it is people believe and what it is people are trying to learn and participating in by listening to this guy. Because he has the ear and minds of a lot of brothers and sisters out here. And when I hear people make comments like he just made a few minutes ago, literally while people's mothers are grieving, I'm finna share my screen. If they delete the video, they delete it. But I'm about to share my screen. I want you guys, hold on one second. I want you guys to see what's going on. I want y'all to see this mother up here. Hold on, let me go back. I'm gonna find the video. Hold on, let me play it. Cause see, this mayor is the reason. She's a big piece of this. She has a major um, blame in this whole damn thing. But let me go ahead and show it. What's up, y'all? So here we go. You know what? They might flag it down. I'm gonna probably let me stop sharing. I'm just gonna play the audio. Now listen to this. Now what you see is the mom sitting there. You know what? I'm gonna share my damn screen and hell with it. I'm gonna share my screen. This is the mom right here. That's her mom. They were in the car driving by that damn Wendy's over there where they shot Rashard Brooks. Them niggas done barricaded. I rolled down there the other day. I rolled past it. I was on the highway. State troopers sitting up there. The mayor and all the law enforcement scared to go down there and say something to these niggas, right? They up there with barricades. I don't know what the barricades are gonna do. That's not gonna bring Rashard Brooks back. That's not gonna create any piece of legislation, right? But we choose to do stupid emotional things, and it cost this girl her life, man. I want y'all to hear this.
A few weeks ago. Following the death of Rayshard Brooks, there have been a number of protests in the area, and there have been challenges with the streets being closed off by many of the protesters. The day after the funeral of Rayshard Brooks, we went into the area and removed the barriers, so we thought. Last night, some people put the barriers back up. I received a notice about 45 minutes to an hour that the barriers were back up before I received the message that little Sequoia had been shot and killed.
This is bro. This man, look, they need. I ain't trying to be funny. Somebody needs to arrest people that encourage this type of behavior, that encourage people, incite violence, because that is literally what people are doing. This protest has turned into a mockery of justice. That's what it is. If you're gonna protest and you're gonna be out there providing cover for people to go out here and kill our babies, I got a son I got to worry about, man. You know what I'm saying? We sitting down there crying, watching this mom cry, man. This touched my heart, bro.
We've talked a lot
I
about
don't even
what
want to hear
we
this, man.
are
I don't want to hear nothing from her.
demanding from our officers.
I'm just gonna skip past this. I'm gonna just go and shut it. I don't want to see nothing from her. This is the mom.
Help
Hey y'all,
me.
what's going
Help
on?
my baby. She was only 8 years old. Right now it's what 30 minutes after the 6. She would have been on TikTok dancing in her phone. Just got finished eating. We understand the frustration of Rayshard Brooks. We understand. We ain't got nothing to do with it. We innocent. We didn't mean no harm. My baby didn't mean no harm. Somebody knows something.
See, a lot of y'all don't have kids. I do. You know what I'm saying? Now watch what this dad say about how they shot this girl. Watch this.
They say Black Lives Matter. You killed your own. Killed your own this time. Just because of barrier. They killed my baby because she crossed the barrier.
They crossed the barrier and they opened fire on the damn car.
You made a U-turn. You killed a child. She ain't do nothing to nobody.
She said they didn't give us time to make a U-turn. So they gonna just, you got these niggas out here walking around with guns. Tariq Nasheed was big up giving them niggas props for walking around with these damn guns, open carry, ignorant, dumb, dare I say monkeys, right? Walking around with guns. Some black woman rides by, they don't even look to see if she's black, with a little girl, a little baby in the back seat, and you open fire before she can even turn the car around. That is the legacy of Tariq Nasheed and all these niggas out here protesting and bragging about this shit, man. Bragging, happy, and condoning and telling me that I'm coning because I'm up here saying something about this shit. Say they open fire on her car before they can make a U-turn.
Shooting my tires out. Like, why?
But Black Lives Matter.
back was shot in her bed.
They shot that girl in her back, shot her tires out, shot her in her back. A 8-year-old little girl. The news story is misleading because the news story says an argument ensued. She was trying to turn around. Them niggas just opened fire. Why the fuck? Why are you walking around with guns? What are you doing? What are you doing? I ain't got no respect. Oh, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Let me keep going.
You killed an 8-year-old child.
Oh, back.
She ain't did nothing to now one of y'all. She just wanted to get home to see her cousin. That's all she wanted to do. She just wanted to get home.
Had in my own.
I don't want to hear nothing from the mayor. I just wanted to play that. I'm not finished. They didn't kill a bunch of children this weekend. They didn't kill a whole bunch of children this weekend. Let me go ahead and show y'all right quick. Because it's sad that I got to go through all this and play all this stuff. But this is normal standard operating procedure in the Black community. Take support of the trade. Take trade. But let's just be careful not to use it out. Man, look here, man. I ain't trying to be funny, bro. I ain't got time for that shit tonight, bro. I don't. Go to the Black Lives Matter website and tell me which part, damn the hell with Black Lives Matter. You saying you're not saying it's the way to go, but that's what I'm saying. Right now, this has been the scream and chant of most Black people in the country. Listen to this.
Breaking news on the city's west side. A 7-year-old girl is the latest young victim of violence after being shot during a 4th of July celebration.
WGN's Dana Rebick is at Stroger Hospital with more. Dana.
Of course, it's Chicago. How did you guess?
Well, really, this is just an absolutely devastating story. We had been hopeful earlier today, this morning, and even this afternoon that we had not heard of any children shot yet this holiday weekend.
It's to the point they're not even worried about it. If you make it past 18, they don't care about you dying in Chicago. Hey, as long as you under, it's that bad. They just trying to, hey, you can kill an 18-year-old, 22-year-old, hey, tough. Don't kill the children. That's how bad it done got up there. And I just heard Tariq talk about we need to bring, man.
Until this incident tonight. Here is some video from the scene just a little earlier this evening. This all happened around 7 o'clock in the 100 block of North Latrobe in the Austin neighborhood. A 7-year-old girl was on the sidewalk playing at her grandmother's house with other family members for a 4th of July party. Witnesses tell us people were barbecuing. There were lots of kids running around, riding their bikes up and down the sidewalk when a white-colored vehicle pulled up. 3 offenders got out and started shooting in this little girl's direction. Police tell us over 20 rounds were fired.
But you can talk. I'm not gonna pounce on you. I ain't gonna lie. I probably am. I'm a little emotional. You know what I'm saying? I just was downstairs in tears about this little girl, man, watching her mom up there crying about her child. So I got a child. Yeah, I'm probably gonna act a fool. I'm just gonna tell you. I probably will say something, and you one of my regulars. I probably be to say something I really don't mean. When a child is dead, I'm sorry. When I see people kill children, you lose your argument loses merit when you hurt the innocent. Your argument, the reason in the first place was on some woke conscious, shit. Tariq Nasheed, big up in them niggas, but yeah. Oh, them niggas right here. Oh, to punch you in the face, walking up in the cop face, threatening to punch him. One of them niggas might be the shooter. Threatening to punch a damn police just cause he white. As if white people don't exist in this country. As long as he ain't pulling the trigger and killing a nigga, I ain't got no problem with a white cop. I don't. You know what I'm saying? You can't even just be in the community now. Like, okay, but we want to disband the police. Some of these niggas talking about get rid of the police. Let's renegotiate the contract. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's get rid of it. Then you got shit like this going on. And what bothers me is this video should what really gets me upset, when our children are killed, when our babies lose their lives, nobody should have anything negative to say. Nobody should come in my videos, under my videos or anything. I'm not saying you did, General Admiral. Nobody should come in my videos and have anything angry to say against me or anything contrary to what I'm saying. Everybody should be angry. There should be a righteous indignation for the killing of innocent children, but there is not. What we see is niggas, shut up. You is a coon. I just played the video yesterday. Tariq just said this shit Wednesday, and he just said it tonight, and I'm gonna play it for y'all.
Approximately 50 feet away from the girl. Witnesses say they did see another.
You know what? Let me show this. Let me show. I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all. Look at this girl family members. This is what they doing to us, man. This is what this I ain't snitching. You know, stop giving white supremacists ammunition bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's doing right here.
50 feet away from the girl.
Look at this.
Witnesses
Look at her family now. Watch these people.
say they did see another man running
These
away.
people hurting,
May
man.
have been the intended target. Now, once police were on scene, they attempted to revive this child, and then
You took somebody's child, bro. What? Like, what type of nigga gonna get out, see children, and still pull the trigger? Come on, man. Come
she
on.
was rushed here to
Come on,
Stroger,
man. Come
where
on.
she died. We could see some of her family members distraught outside the emergency room, where we saw community activist Andrew Holmes consoling the girl's father. This is the third weekend in a row where we have seen children caught and killed in the crossfire in Chicago. Now, with the boom of 4th of July fireworks sounding off in the background, Chicago police's top brass tonight say they have had enough.
Chicago, Austin, you got to be tired of this.
I'm so tired of seeing this dude. I see him in every one of my videos about Chicago. Same guy. Same area. You see what I'm saying? This has gotten old. Not only has it gotten old, it needs to be called out. But we're not finished. We're not finished. Here we go. We got another one.
Take a good look at these grainy surveillance photos. Now, I know they're hard to make out, but this is the man DC police say is suspected of shooting and killing an 11-year-old boy in Southeast DC. Makia Turner is live near the scene. And Makia, we know who that little boy is now, correct?
Yeah, we do, Reese. Good morning. DC police have identified that little boy as 11-year-old Karan Brown. He was sitting inside of a vehicle when the gunshots broke out here. Now police are looking for the man who pulled the trigger and 4 others who were with him.
Take a close look at these photos captured by
That's not a white supremacist. Look what he got in his hand. It's not a white man. What y'all think? You think is he white? Is it a white man with a mask on? Come on, man. 11-year-old kid.
surveillance camera near the heartbreaking scene. It shows the medium-built suspect wearing black pants and no shirt. He's between the ages of 20 and 30 years old. Police say there were 4 others with him, and they were as young as 10 or 11 years old. The shooting happened in broad daylight.
So he was shooting. He could have killed 2 or 3 of them kids.
Just before
They was all sitting in the car together. You know what I'm saying?
7 p.m. Thursday. DC police say it started with a dispute between some people in the area. Gunshots were then fired into a vehicle that 11-year-old Karan Brown was in. Brown was taken to a firehouse in Prince George's County, then rushed to a children's hospital where he died. Hearts are heavy throughout the community this morning and within the DC Police Department itself.
I'd like to offer my condolences to the family of this young man.
This was a child. There were other children in and around the area.
So he just opened fire on some children, just straight out. But it's not over. Let's jump around some more. Here we go. St. Louis. Let's go.
2 young children are among the shooting victims during a violent holiday weekend in the city of St. Louis.
I mean, do I need to keep going? I ain't even talked about Birmingham yet, where he shot the little boy.
A 4-year-old boy was shot by a stray bullet on Page Boulevard last night, and a 7-year-old girl was among those injured in a triple shooting.
Now, I don't think neither one of these kids died, but still, you shooting children out here, girl. Let's keep going. It's not. I got more. I just did a little quick search. 1-day search. This is what I see in a 1-day search. Here we go.
Developing tonight, an 8-year-old boy is recovering after he was shot in the face in Stockton.
Police say the 8-year-old boy was sitting on top of a roof when someone fired a gun from the backyard. That bullet ended up hitting the little boy in the.
So you outside just shooting for the hell of it. Stupid ass nigga. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? See what I'm saying? Like, this is You know what I'm saying? Let's, I don't know, man. Here we go. Got another one.
None of that breaking news from overnight. For the third weekend in a row now, children have become the victims of gun violence in Chicago.
Judy White.
Look, I think it was in either DC. They say they killed 54 kids. They at 31 already that have been killed this year just in the DC area. 31.
Is live at Comer Children's Hospital this morning with the latest. Judy?
How much you want to bet most of them been killed by black men?
Good morning. 8 people shot in one incident in Inglewood. 3 of the victims were children. A 14-year-old.
By the way, I got pictures of the people that did the Birmingham shooting. It was some young black boys. All of them like they was 20 years old or less. That's who did it.
Boy was pronounced dead here at Comer Children's Hospital. An 11-year-old and a 15-year-old are here in fair condition. Disgusting is how one CPD official describes.
Guys, a lot of y'all may not have kids. One day you will. I'm not gonna ever try to be a willful idiot for people. I think we can do both. I think we can call police to the carpet, ask for reform with the police, do what we got to do with the police, and still call this shit out. You got to. If you can't call this out, you cooning, man. What is it about if our children can die and I got to keep silent? I don't ever want to be in this situation where I got to come out here and speak on some shit like this. Some shit I don't want to talk about.
All right.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's all it is. You're not going to do a goddamn thing to the white supremacists. Chicago gets a very bad rap. You got some good brothers and sisters out there.
Hold on.
So if you're not, I do shit out there. So don't ever trying to parrot the words of the white supremacists talk. The cult.
See, that's the thing. Like you can't. It's one thing to say that I'm out here pushing white supremacy and all that shit. It's another thing when I just seen all these kids dead and I got a child and you seen your little comfortable ass up in your white neighborhood making millions with wearing a t-shirt, mind you, in the video that you selling, talking about click the link, buy the shirt, the whole fucking video. That's all he kept talking about. Buy the shirt, go to hiddencolors.com, right? Now listen to this shit.
Of contradictions. All right. That's going to be the topic of today. Because see, white supremacy thrives on contradictions. And black.
See, man, when you have people that are low information people, and you got a nigga like this, you know what I'm saying? Like it just is. Let me keep going.
We got a very bad habit of buying into the contradictions, being allowed to hold ourselves up to this crazy, high, impossible standard. You understand?
It's impossible for you to call out these niggas that killed this look. That girl over there at that window said they pulled in, rolled past the barricade, them niggas opened fire before she could turn around. Tariq is supposedly, he feels like he has the street. Why not condemn these niggas for even mention it? He knew this little girl was dead. I bet you he knew. This nigga ain't gonna say shit.
We allow ourselves to be placed on this insane, impossible standard that nobody can maintain a standard like that. See, black people, we're told, and then we start telling each other,
it's not maintaining the standard, but we should be in unison condemning people for shooting kids. If that's just what we should do.
There's black crime, then we're somehow deserving of white supremacist punishment. I want y'all to get out that stupid ass mindset. I was talking about.
So let me get this straight. So those brothers, I know he do, Jonathan. So those brothers that killed that girl last night opened fire because she drove past a barricade, killed an 8-year-old girl, right? Listen to this nigga now. Listen to him. That shit is supposed to be condemned. He's talking about Chicago, but I'm thinking about Atlanta. I'm thinking about this little 7-year-old girl that I just showed you video of her folks grieving. Motherfuckers got out the car, opened fire indiscriminately in a crowd of kids, people cooking at a cookout.
You know, some of these protests where brothers are showing up armed, and there's a couple of coons trying to parrot the words of the white supremacists talking about that need to be done up there in Chicago.
So it's stupid to say that the brothers that were out there in Stone Mountain with the Not Fucking Around coalition, The brothers, a bunch of brothers up here. They should have been over there at that Wendy's stopping them niggas from shooting that little girl. Right? And it's Conan to say that. Listen to Tariq now. This nigga need to go to jail for this shit. I'm sorry. I would not give a fuck. I'm sorry. If they locked his ass up, I would be like, good for him.
And I was asking the little butter biscuit eating Negro, I said, okay, that some of these armed protests are not in Chicago. What does Chicago have to do with anything? Well, there's a lot of crime up here. Something got to be done. Okay, what's your black ass doing? I don't live.
Why did he make this about him? See what I'm saying? The brother is caring about people killing children just like I do. See, I do something for the community, so I guess he feels like he's the only somebody that does something for the community. Nobody else works in the community like Tariq. Tariq actually mentioned some guy that has an unemployment place where he can try to get people jobs. So he's doing something in the community in Chicago. So he has the right to speak and defend niggas getting out of the car killing 7. Listen to this nigga. Listen to him.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're just talking for butter biscuits. You're talking coward talk. I don't want to hear from you cowardly.
See here? Listen to him. I'm a coward because I care about children. Listen to him.
Old dusty Negroes. I really don't. Whenever you hear my
Who the fuck are you? You don't have to hear shit, nigga. I say what the fuck I feel. That's why I'm on my space, on my platform, saying what I feel about it. Who is Tariq? This dude needs to be stopped. He is making a mess. You hear me? A mess.
Talk about what about Chicago? Why don't they go up to Chicago with all them guns and stop all of the gangs? That's an old, sorry, tired, bummy, cowardly Negro.
So he's a coward to tell these niggas to stop killing each other? Is that it? Oh, and I got them fellas that was saying that black people don't kill it and they add the Hispanic. I got you. I did my homework.
Who's waiting on his little pension to kick in. You ain't fooling nobody. It's always an old Negro talking that dumbass shit. You ain't fooling nobody. You ain't done nothing about the crime in Chicago, bitch niggas. You ain't done nothing about it. If you ain't done nothing about it, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. Let me tell you something. I've been up to Chicago. I got a lot of love in Chicago. I've been all up in the streets of Chicago, promoting the black businesses up there. Not only that, I've been up there to Chicago getting people jobs. I've always promoted my brother who has an employment agency up there. My man JJ, I've been putting people onto him for years, and he's been employing people. So if you're not, I do shit out there. So don't ever come my way talking about what we somebody need to do something about Chicago. I've done stuff to help the people.
Why do he make these? See how narcissist definition, classic textbook narcissist. The dude said, "Man, I wish they could take these guys that's marching down there in Atlanta and take them up to Chicago because somebody needs to do something about the crime up there." And I do something. Don't bring that my way. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This dude ain't say that you didn't do nothing. You made it about yourself.
Many things. I've had backpack giveaways to.
So you saying all this literally probably a couple of minutes before a girl was killed over in Chicago. Probably minutes before in Atlanta, before they killed that girl at their Wendy's. Probably right after they killed a girl in Chicago. Right before they killed an 11-year-old last night. See what I'm saying?
Children up there. I've always done stuff to help the people of Chicago. Nigga, what have you done? If you ain't
See there? You're a multi-millionaire. You done sold a bunch of hidden colors with lies in it to people, telling people a bunch of bullshit, lying on history, right? And you've made millions, so now you can talk and flex to niggas. That's what you're doing.
Nothing. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear none of you niggas talk that Chicago shit because all you're trying to do is get some brownie points from white people.
How the fuck? Why is me talking about killing? Look, I live in Atlanta. I do databases. I don't have shit to do with Chicago. Me talking about a little girl getting killed in Atlanta. When I got a son, I live in this community. I have a son. That Wendy's is literally blocks, or not blocks. Probably I can get to that Wendy's in about like 15 minutes right now. I can get my car, go live on YouTube and show you and be right there at that fight. No way I go over there. But I'm just telling you I could in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. That could have been anybody, man. I was about to go to Birmingham. Do you guys understand? I live 15 minutes away from one shooting. I was about to go to the Galleria We was about to go to Birmingham literally the day that they killed that 8-year-old in the Galleria. We was about to go to Birmingham. You see what I'm saying? Guess what? Look, his grandmom lives literally maybe 3-4 red lights away from the Galleria where they killed that little boy. So this shit, 2 of these close shooters are really in places where I could have been driving by, because this is literally driving. My son's mother doesn't know a way around Atlanta like that. She'd get off on that exit thinking she can go somewhere, try to go a back way or something to get somewhere. And them motherfuckers would have just, come on, man. I can't even say it. You know what I'm saying?
You coon ass nigga, stay in the
See there you go. Stay in the coon corner.
Just be a quiet coon.
Let me show y'all something, man. These niggas are not friends of black people. This is what T.I. said today. Now, 2 of these shooters I know for a fact were black people. The little girl, 2 of these people killed. The little girl and somebody else, I know they was black. Look at what he said. Think it's a game if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Think it's a game if you want to. Look at the ignorant ass niggas. Look at these dudes with black fists up here. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop sharing my damn screen on Instagram. I think they might take the video down. But still, I don't know, man. And you go read the comments. It's like, what do you mean? Think it's a game if you want to? And some little 8-year-old girl shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on? So right here, I don't know. I don't even get this dude. Look at this one. Look at this one, guys. I'm gonna share it again. What is this? An 8-year-old girl shot and killed in ATL last night on Pryor Road. Also overnight. 2 people shot in Hardy Street. 5 people shot on Lakewood Avenue. That's over by. I know where that at. Another man shot on Edgewood that was fighting over a girl. 14 people shot down on Auburn Avenue. That's the legendary historic Auburn Avenue. And then 1 person shot on Etheridge Drive at 7th Street. That's 24 people shot. That's a mass shooting. Look what he said about last night. You or else with a black fist. This ain't, what is that? What is that, man? Let me tell you something, man. Some people, I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know what to say. We are literally our own worst enemy. I know that's part of the Coon Train song, but hey, black people are their own worst enemy. I go on Tariq's page. I listen to that little video he did tonight. He up there talking about the Proud Boys and the Boogaloo or whatever it is, some little group of people, white boys, white supremacists. And I'm like, look, man, yeah, it's live. I'm live. What's up, Mr. Glass? I can get a link. If anybody want to jump in, you want to jump in here, right click, Jonathan, and speak on this. I'm welcome to let any brother come in tonight. If anybody want to come in and say something, but I can't. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, they didn't kill too many of our babies out here, man. And we gotta, for us to just continually get these people a pass, which is what happens. A lot of these people get passes, man. A lot of these people get passes. And nobody says nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up? What's up, Moody? I can't listen to Rick. The world he talks about, I don't live in. I don't really go out of my way to find a racist people, man. Yep. I agree. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, man. Man, Tariq is the biggest hypocrite, man. I see Tariq all over up and down LA, man. This dude, he be talking about race soldiers, but he be having off-duty sheriffs. he talk about white people, but live literally next door. He talk about, I employ black people in his ministers when all his hidden colors, he literally had white people all in the studio. So I don't know, man. He a running hypocrite, man. And
what bothers me about this whole situation, though, fam, is this, man. Like, I could not imagine, bro. Like I know people probably don't want to hear this. I was down there in tears tonight watching that mom cry over her son, man, over her daughter. She's like, we didn't do nothing to you. Like that shit hurt me to watch. I couldn't watch it, bro. It's painful because I know in my heart of hearts that little girl in New Jersey died.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. But you see, if we call that out, we bunch of coons. You see, I don't get it, man. This is sick. And to be honest, if I didn't know any better, I would think that Tariq and any ideology like that is like a controlled opposition.
I would actually probably agree with that. I think at this point, with the way he's talking and the reckless information that he's putting out, you have to start wondering, what is this guy's allegiance? What is he thinking? Because no way in hell could I say some stuff like that about a child. That not about a child, but just anybody saying, "Hey, man, they killing children." Shut up. Yeah, they killing children, but you cooning. You a coward. That's coward talk. Wait a minute, bro. Just to even say something about children getting killed is coward talk. That's literally what he said. I don't know how else to really, interpret that, but just, outright. I don't know, man.
Because here in LA, like a lot of the dudes is looking at Tariq like nigga, who is you? Because when Nipsey died, he wanted to blame the government, and the dudes that's literally in the street, they wasn't blaming no government. They knew who he was. I mean, they knew he was a person that's pretty much alone.
He did an interview, and then he wanted to act like he was best friends with the guy and trying to put himself in the forefront with it.
Yeah,
and a lot of people from LA had a lot to say about that. He really that was a bad look on his part to even try that.
Because
let me share my screen real quick. I'm glad I got you on here. I'm glad I got you on here. So this is what I did. I did some math today, right? And we're gonna clear this up, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at it. These are all the murders for 2018, broken down by race, and they got a Hispanic Latino murder right here. Now, what I looked up was this can apply to both black and white, but they don't have it dispersed out, so I'm gonna just leave it alone, right? These numbers, I think, is these three women. This, and this add up to this. And these right here add up. These four right here add up. So what I want you guys to look at is this 7,400, right? Which is what I was saying. I said 7,500 is 7,400. Now this is 2018. This is from the Department of Justice. Now I want y'all to look at something. First off, this right here, this number, if you subtract, and I'm going to show you. So we got, what's the total? 14, 1, 2, 3. And if we take this and multiply this by 52%, which is what I said, 0.52, you roughly got the murders. It's actually a little bit over that, but it's roughly between 52 and 53% of all murders were black, right? The brothers came in here today and they tried to say that the Hispanics are counted. Let's take them off because we're at 52% now. So let's take this number and let's multiply 1,4,123 times 0.4, right? Which is this number right here. That takes off this. Let me do that again. 1,4,123 times 0.13 equals. That's roughly, you can probably go up a little bit, but that's roughly what this number is. That's assuming that they were all white Latino and none of them were black Latinos. That's assuming, right? So even if you take that 14%, 15% off, you still roughly looking at 40% of the murders from 13% of the population in the country. That's if you subtract all of them. So we still shooting 3 times our actual per capita percentage of the population we killing each other at. That's the rate. Which is what I said. I said it's roughly at least 40%, 30, 39, 40% is at least triple our percentage of the population. I've seen 12% somewhere. I've seen 13%. So it just depends on where you go. But still, black people are killing themselves at a high rate. Now, even if you subtract all those numbers out, which I don't think you can, I think this number is probably dispersed and it's probably roughly around 50%. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, it was too small to see. I just wanted y'all to see. Hold on, let me see if I can make it bigger. But that's the thing. It's like I get in these arguments and debates with people. People want to make these little points and make these little arguments about stuff. You know, I get emotional and say stuff. And sometimes I'll be like, dang, maybe I am too emotional. Maybe I need to stop saying it. Like maybe that's bigger. I hope that's bigger for y'all.
Yeah, that's bigger because I thought I had to make my screen bigger.
Yeah. So I can keep going and try to make it a little bit bigger. But I just wanted y'all to see this. These are the numbers. These are the numbers. This is 2018 broken down by race. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's hard to misconstrue this any other kind of way.
Well, hell, I went to high school and I've seen nothing but dudes rocking each other over little frivolous shit, and pretty much they ignore it. I don't get it, man. Because when I went to high school, I knew dudes that was gangbanging, and I knew dudes that were just up to no good, and I knew dudes that even preyed on each other. And I noticed that shit first in hand. Like, I ain't trying to be buddy with no races. I ain't trying to be buddy with no Klansmen. But when they try to say, why are you worrying about black on black crime? Because, motherfucker, I live in proximity from y'all. I live close proximity, man.
I mean, look, man.
Well, I don't live in the hood anymore, but in high school.
But one day you're gonna have kids, and your son may want to hang out. Your son may. You can't always be with your child, man. That's my biggest fear in the world. Something happened to that little boy in there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
So I can't protect him at all times. I can't. I mean, it ain't nothing for me to. If something was gonna happen, I would go throw myself in front of it to stop it from happening to him. So for me to feel that way about my son, and then know that you have people out here literally shaming people for condemning people that probably statistically he has more of a chance of being hurt from the type of nigga that shot that little girl than he does from a white quote unquote race soldier. Because the race soldier statistically, police shootings make up 1% of the murders that we're talking about here, guys, on a good year. I just saw somebody went back and looked at the numbers, and they went back and they said, man, we're talking, I could play the video for y'all. I mean, the numbers are ridiculously low for police shootings. You can't just keep using this damn fake ass argument and just making it. Now, am I saying that doesn't need to be a reform? No. But let's not keep using these weird ass arguments. And then when you look at the numbers, you're like, well, that's not really true.
Because
looking at an alarming rate.
Because looking at the stats of police, basically police citizen interactions, it actually went down. It's getting lower statistically wise. So police don't even, and they did that to avoid a lot of lawsuits as well. Pretty much avoiding a lot of direct contact with the citizens. And it's sad because when you bring up about that, they want to call you a coon. I'm like, dude, I'm like, Tariq, what happened if it was your son?
Yeah.
What happened if it was your son? Now you got to break that talking point and start looking in reality.
That's it.
Because I don't know, man. Oh, boy, give me politician vibes, man. Oh, boy, give me politician vibes. People in LA don't really rock with this dude. They pretty much see his ass all over the place and him trying to not initiate, but integrate himself like he really know what's going on. Like I wish that black folks would have better cognitive dissonance.
Actually, I'm gonna say this. You know what? I actually agree with. Who is this brother here? Knowledge. I actually agree with what you just said. You know what? We just had these brothers marching out here at the Stone Mountain Memorial.
I saw that shit.
And they trying to look, and I actually didn't have a problem with it because I don't mind black people practicing their Second Amendment rights. But one of the problems I have is that literally minutes, hours later, they shot. Why didn't you go over there and stop them niggas? Because you out here worried about some Klansmen, cowardly Klansmen that didn't show up, right? and yet you went home in your nice little safe house and a nigga shot a little girl for riding past a damn barricade. And one thing about the Panthers, knowledge I just made a point. He said, I told him that the Panthers were the real deal. They stayed in their community to secure it. If you don't secure your community, you can't see that's even in the movie Panther. If you just watch the movie, if you don't even want to read a book, just watch the movie. They killed Tyron Turner's character, who was the guy came from Mississippi. They killed him because he was trying to stop them from selling drugs in the community, which heaven forbid we actually try to stop people from selling drugs. Oh my God, you really coony. You say that.
Oh yeah, you really couldn't. Yeah, you coon train.
You just can stop the murder, let alone the drugs. And there's going to be a level of murder with drugs in a community. If you're selling drugs, murder comes with it. Niggas shoot each other. These niggas don't go to the gun range, which means you're going to have children getting killed. It is either gang related or drug related most of the time. Tariq just out here big upping the actual Crips and Bloods in Long Beach just a few minutes ago, talking about they ran them white folks out there. I'm like, these niggas still okay. So they ran the white folks out there and they ain't burning. How many niggas getting killed in Inglewood and Long Beach out there from these Crips and Bloods? So what, you ran the white boys off? You killing each other.
It's a lot because in Inglewood they got Santana Block, and the Mexicans is pretty much Mexican Bloods and Black Bloods beefing it with each other. So I don't know, man.
That's it. I mean, look, we look like a bunch of clowns. We're marching, showing a show of force and killing, and a little girl got killed and you took your ass home. You ain't doing nothing. If you're going to show up and stop them niggas, be ready to kill black folks. See, let me tell you something, man. Somebody made a point earlier about there's a war, there's a difference in niggas and black folks. We got to kill these niggas too. Like if you really ready to go to war, see, this is my thing. Them niggas that open fire just for riding, and guess what? The niggas that you're gonna kill are probably gonna be protesters. A lot of them are gonna be so-called protesters. Some of these niggas that's out here in this print, I've been saying this shit from the jump. Some of these niggas that's protesting and doing this shit is the ones that's out here shooting and carrying. When I saw motherfuckers showing up, I saw a video the other day. They ran the cop off just for being there. He white. Actually, it was this morning. Ran the cop off just for being there. Dude coming in his face, I'll whoop your ass. I'll whoop your ass. It's 30, 40 black dudes around, ready to jump on one white cop. Bitch made as can be, right? You might would have whooped the dude's ass, but now that you know that these cops are shackled, and the cops ain't gonna do but so much. They're not gonna go out and do, but they do want to prevent deaths. They do as much as they can. If they could have stopped that girl, most cops probably would have showed up and stopped it. But the problem is, the black community, we got to turn on these niggas, man. And if we don't, we won't be able to compete. So Tariq was like, well, you guys will say we deserve punishment for white supremacy. What does that mean? Does that mean them niggas need to go to jail? Yes. Does that mean them niggas might need to be, let's say, give them a death sentence? Yes. I have no problem with it. Does that mean they need to bend the rules and get this nigga the death sentence in a week? Yes. I have no problem with it. See what I'm saying? Because that is indiscriminate. You don't respect life. When you see you didn't even stop to see if it was a child in that car. You just open fire. You deserve to die. Get this nigga 7 days. Get his time to pray to whoever he believes in, and send this nigga on the glory.
Yeah, you send him home. I agree. You send his ass home. I agree. Law and order.
But see, Bloodsport, this is the problem I have with this. I'm not even gonna get emotional. This is the problem I have with this protest shit now. It's become a shell. Because okay. First of all, let's look at Black Lives Matter, because that's everything that the protest is done has fucked black people. Am I wrong? Let's look at it. Let's look at it, because I think that's what people don't get. Everything that they say. I'm gonna share the screen again. What we believe. So everybody's out there protesting, saying Black Lives Matter, right? This is what they did. This is what they believe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Where is it? We are unapologetic positioning. We intentionally build. A lot of this wording and stuff like that, but what does this say right here? We disrupt Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirements by supporting each other. So this is right here telling you they want to get rid of the family. which is
What
what
the
they
fuck?
are. They're trained Marxists. This is off the Black Lives Matter website. There is no such thing. When you talk about peacefully protesting, you need to be accurate. You need to be informed, and you need to really know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? These people are straight about dismantling. What are they talking about? Cisgender privilege. Let me type that up. Let me find that. Hey, I can't type today. Let me find it. There you go. What does this say? What does this say right here? We are self-reflexive and do the work to dismantle cisgender privilege and uplift Black trans folk, especially Black trans women, who continue to be disproportionately impacted by trans antagonistic violence. Right here, what is this? Because you know the family, the man's supposed to lead. Traditionally, men are supposed to lead the family structure. So look at this right here. We build a space that affirms Black women. See, they targeting the Black family, and is free of sexism, misogyny, and environments in which men are centered, which is the family itself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't make no bones about it when I tell you that if you got your ass out there protesting about cops, it's a lot more work that needs to be done in our communities, because every dollar that goes. So right now, let's say you protest, you're making all this fuss. Dollars are coming to this organization to destroy Black families. How is this helping Black folks? Dollars are going to this organization, and they're writing checks in Washington to support my son meeting a woman one day and come to find out she was born a man. That's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I go back. I'm gonna maximize it for you. I'm gonna make it bigger for y'all so y'all can see it. This is the devil. The devil is in the details. You know what I'm saying? The devil is in the details. That's the problem I have with even you protest. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. You spray paint that shit all over. Becoming a hashtag. T.I. and all of them putting it up. Everybody's putting it up. This is destructive. Everything that we went out here and protested for has opened the floodgates to destroy Black families. Literally. Literally, that's what they said they want to do. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting. What do you mean requirement? By supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another. What they're saying is we want to take whoever that love each other, you know what I'm saying? And we want to say, hey, we want to make sure, okay, if they want to raise a child, we want to get rid of the family structure. We're going to receive one of the rules of Marxism. See, I already knew this because I'm a conservative. I already knew Marxism was anti-God, anti-church, anti-family. Government takes the place of family. That's what they're going to do. So what they about to do with this Black Lives, the lady said, we are trained. This is it, bro. That's all of it. She said, we are trained Marxists. What they're doing is they reprogramming our ass. What did this say? We cultivate an intergenerational communal free network of ageism. We believe that people, hold on, that's not it. This piece right here. We foster a queer forming network. When we gather, we do so with the intention of freeing ourselves from the tight grip of heteronormative thinking. Man and woman thinking. They trying to get rid of that shit. Or rather, the belief that all in the world are heterosexual unless he, she, or they are disclose it. Now, this right here, this is a gender neutral. See, I know what time it is. Hold on. In the Black community, this protest has empowered these people. And you and I may go to jail one day, Jonathan, for our beliefs. I may go to jail for my beliefs. If I go up to my son's school and the teacher trying to force something down my son's throat and I go off and say I ain't with that, they can put me in jail. That's where we're going right now. Because last week the Supreme Court pushed that they are they're a protected group just like Black people are. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm sorry. If you're protesting right now, you part of the fucking problem.
You useful idiot. You useful idiot. You're the pawn. They're the pawn.
If you're out there protesting right now, you part of the fucking problem. I did not say don't change the police system. Notice I can be intelligent enough to say, see, with black people, we're like children. So we're expecting.
Well, they act like you can't hold two stance at the same time.
So
That's pretty much it.
With black people, I either support aimless shit like putting a barricade up and opening fire on an 8-year-old. I support destroying the black family, all this cisgender bullshit, whatever shit, this shit they trying to push, right? Or I don't. Because you can't see, the problem is with guys like Tariq, he'll try to sit and say he's against this, but then you want to take credit and ally with these motherfuckers out here. You want to big up them niggas that was putting up that. He literally gave them niggas props for walking around with guns over there by that Wendy's a week ago. He literally was saying that those dudes deserve, like, shout out to them brothers. Shout out to them. That's what I'm talking about, brothers. Y'all need to support this brother that's, all that shit. He actually said that shit. He actually said it. He actually supported it. Same, one of them brothers, he probably in the video was big up and was one of the ones that shot that little girl, man. And he ain't got shit to say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
Damn shame.
And so at this juncture, I don't think it's easy for us to see. It's no easy way out of this. We're gonna have to become more nuanced. And if we don't, we're gonna go the way of the dodo bird. We just are. There's no way in hell you can tell me that this whole situation with this little girl getting killed, that shit hurt me, man. That shit bothered me, bro. That shit broke my heart. That broke my heart to see that lady up there crying about her daughter, man. That could have been me. That could have been me, bro. You shot a little baby, man. A little girl, man. Then they shot not just her, they shot all over the country to kill him. How did I know we gonna kill 5 or 6 little babies under 10 years old today? I said that in my video yesterday. I said, watch they count. And this nigga talking about white supremacy. White supremacy ain't got shit to do with that. You know how I know that? You know how white supremacy doesn't have anything to do with it? Because literally in the 30s, during the Depression, when we was broke as hell, black folks wasn't killing like that. We weren't. So don't just tell me that it's white supremacy. It's our own lack of father. That's probably going. Motherfuckers that's in jail ain't finna get out and be the best fathers in the world, okay? So we need to stop saying that that's the biggest, that's gonna help black folks. Oh, we need to push for jail reform so they can raise their kids. Some of them, not all of them. I will admit, some of them probably will, but not all of them. I don't think that's the main issue. I don't. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm just gonna show y'all. I like to look at shit. I like to look at it. So, how many people are in prison in the U.S.? 2.3. That's it. 2.3. Let's look at it by race. By race. Let's look at it. Okay, so incarceration. Let's look at it. Let's look at how many people are locked up in prison, broken down by race. Let's see if we got a chart on here somewhere. 40% of the people. So 40% of 2.3. Let's get our old trusty calculator out. Let's do 2,300 times 43, which I already know that's 46 times 2, 92. 920,000. That's what it is. 920,000 black people are in jail. That's men and women. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's mostly men. So let's say it's 800,000. Let's say it's 6. Let's say out of that 900,000. So we don't even got 1 million black men in jail. It's like literally 44 million black folks in the country. So we're not really talking about that many people that are technically in prison. Now, if you want to talk about under the control of the penal system, people on parole and shit like that, that might be a higher number. But statistically, I'm sorry, it's just not even close. So prison reform should not be our number one issue. It just shouldn't. You got a bunch of black folks out here that's doing their jobs and doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I agree.
That
I
ain't
agree.
so why we not focusing on the best and brightest in our communities?
So I think black folks, not all. I don't want to generalize, but I think a majority of black folks don't like numbers. They don't like numbers.
They don't. They don't.
People that refuse to look at the numbers. I'm sorry, always comes last.
Yeah, that's it. If you can't count, you will be last in the 21st century. That's it. That's it right there, Dante. See what I'm saying? That's it. So my thing is, out of that, because it's 40-something million people. Now, out of that, let's say it's 22, 23 million black men, or 20, 21 million, let's say, and let's say 600,000 are in prison. The rest of them free. Shit. So we that's the number one pressing issue is what. Now, take in mind, half these motherfuckers is motherfuckers that shot little girls and did this shit. Motherfuckers need to be under the jail. Half of them. So you only talk about maybe 200,000 brothers, 300,000 brothers that really didn't do a violent crime. Well, let's say 75% of them. Let's say 4.5. Let's say 450,000 brothers that really didn't do nothing violent but sold dope. Now that's convicted for sold dope. That includes Big Meech, who's a known killer, right? Not personally, but he's participated in it. Half the motherfuckers that's in there jail for selling dope then had niggas killed or some shit like that. So you gotta take all this shit into account. See what I'm saying? Everybody in jail ain't just, they got caught for drugs, but they don't tell them what the fuck else they was doing. See what I'm saying? Terrorizing our communities. So I'm sorry, we talking about maybe 150 to 200,000 brothers that were actually just nickel and dime and selling weed and got caught. Them the brothers you might could reform. Now we'd have made that the whole of the black political system. And when politicians come talk to us, we got our whole shit focused on why. Why is that? Why is it that our shit is focused on telling black folks that have fucked up, trying to get them focusing on that and ignoring how many black kids per year graduate from high school? How many black kids per year or young black men want to start businesses that can't get loans? How many black men, now that number's in the millions. Believe that. That number's in at least 5-6 million of us out here that would love to get a $10,000 microloan, that would love to get something that can probably help us start businesses. But we want to talk about that type of shit.
I don't know, man. I agree with you, Sub, but I don't know what's going on when it comes to the direction, because that shows a lack of direction when prison reform is pretty much number one, and we ain't talking about entrepreneurship, we ain't talking about apprenticeships, we ain't talking about a form of a high school, community college type connected apprenticeships, microloans, community grants that's directed payments towards black people. And the problem, and then another trick bag is the minority thing. And that is another trick bag when politicians say, well, we help minorities. That means the Asian got some, the Mojito got some.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody then got some except us.
Yeah.
Pacific Islander.
I'm not one of these guys that wants to just keep going down this road of blaming racism, white supremacy for all of our, dare I say, mediocrity and failures. That's what
I don't do that neither. Like with Tariq, he stubbed his toe and he blamed white supremacy. He stubbed his toe around the house.
You're blaming all of this on our mediocrity, man.
Just to be honest, ain't no white man supreme over me. Because when you see another thing that also a trick bag is black folks be giving, seem like they be giving white folks a deity complex. They deify them because they swear up and down about the church, why Jesus this, why Jesus that. But it seemed like they done made white supremacy in the new church.
It is. It's their God. If you talk about the attributes of God, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent.
Omnipotent.
He has all three. The black man, the white supremacy and racism is all powerful. It's everywhere at the same time. And it is all knowing. So it's God. So you're paralyzed. I can't move. I can't do anything. Racism, white supremacy has me shackled. You know what I'm saying?
because another stupid shit that Tariq be saying all the time. He said that. He said that a homeless white bum has more power than you, Mr. Sub-Zero. You are Mr. Real Estate Investor. You are progressing forward, moving for your family. But in his logic, and I seen niggas. I'm sorry for saying niggas, but I've seen motherfuckers completely agree with that, saying that, oh yes, this white bum has more. Because they say, oh, if he wants to clean his act together, then he can be better than you. I'm like, oh my God. So you gave the bum more juice.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not, and I know this is gonna sound real coonish of me, but I done beat out whites, Asians, and Indians for jobs. So you
ain't coonish, brother. That's not coonish.
I beat motherfuckers out all the time that are white and Asian.
That's
I
funny.
beat them out. I've seen white boys go to interviews, and I just walked in there and took over the fucking room because I'm telling myself, you giving me this damn job in the back of my mind. And I go in there and I crack jokes. I look people in the face. I connect with people. I know how to win. That's a skill. That has nothing to do with race. That's just a skill that anyone can get.
You see, but they don't think that's possible. You see, I'm like, we put ourselves in a box and wonder why we always get last place results. You don't put yourself in a box if you're not willing to study math, because it's really math.
Exactly.
It's math.
Thank you. Math is the biggest piece.
It's math. Because statistics, that's math. Data science, that's math. Computer programming, math. Hell,
Even
what I'm doing right now,
biology,
Google, it's math.
Even biology. If you want to go to medical school, the GMAT, you need to know biology. You're going to have to deal with science. That's STEM.
Yes.
So, I mean, you still need to know, you need to have a real, very good, close relationship with math. You need to be able to be very at home in the midst of a damn derivative equation or something like that. And if you can't do that, then that just shows you don't know what a derivative is, or you don't know how to do certain things. Then you know that's what's gonna get you stuck. Let me play one of my homeboy videos, and he's gonna go in on some subjects. And I like his channel. He don't make any videos anymore, but it's Black Men Taking Our Community Back. He done took a lot of his videos down.
You know, I've perused the internet and I've seen like several, Black commentators speak on this notion of white supremacy, and it's sort of perplexing because, when you really break it down logically, a lot of these, things are just made up. It's just a made up concept that Black people pretty much ascribe our failures to. Plain and simple, white supremacy just doesn't exist. What exists is Black folks' inability to compete in terms of power, wealth, and influence that we perceive as white supremacy.
Ouch.
Okay, so it's kind of like whites saying Black supremacy because Blacks have a natural proclivity to be, physically more superior on a basketball court, and whites saying, oh, okay, Blacks are just superior. You know what I mean? It'd be as silly as that. When in reality, Blacks are just have more testosterone on average. We're stronger on average, and our physical capabilities are just a little bit greater because, in my opinion, I believe that we were bred to be physically superior. I believe that, during the slave trade, I believe that Blacks were bred with the strongest Blacks in order to facilitate a more, able slave, to be quite honest. So, and just like I believe that Jews were bred for intelligence, I believe other cultures breed for different things according to what they feel is more, conducive to the growth of their societies. This is just what I believe. And wealth and prosperity is only a byproduct of productivity. Okay, so wealth produces currency that does not exist in a vacuum. So currency is forever fleeting. That means it's always moving and trying to find a place where it can be used to grow or destroy something. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's always trying to do something. Okay, so this is why productivity is the key. Like currency always moves where the most productivity occurs. Okay. And this is why black folks need to get rid of all of these false boogeymen like white supremacy, because it doesn't exist. What exists is our inability to produce viable goods and services that are globally impactful. When I say producing, what do I mean? Okay, problem solving. Okay, engineering products, technological and biological innovations.
These are things you cannot name that we are capable of doing. And it's all blamed on racism, white supremacy. Not that we don't succeed in math, which is what you was just talking about.
Goods and services. In a conscious community, we have literally replaced white Jesus with white supremacy. I mean, if you look at the ways in which we speak as if it's all knowing, all seeing.
There is a case that you can make that to be made that you can't take two intelligent people. And culturally, if you marry a woman, if you in the house and you raise your child and you facilitate that child at a young age by teaching him math, by teaching him, getting him in coding camps, doing certain things, by the time he's 18, 19, he will be intelligent. I believe that. I believe you can.
Oh yes, C++, and coding that get them right on point.
Yeah. Also, you could do
Python.
You could do different things. Like you can their diet. 3 things that influence it. Genetics is one, diet is another, and then upbringing. Those are the 3 things that I would do to facilitate. If you lack one, you make it up in the other. But probably being around, being nurtured children that have fathers outperform academically children that don't have fathers. So if you want your child to be successful, be in the house with them to be more intelligent. A lot of things a child will get. They get most of the attention. I know we think, okay, that's bad in certain instances, but a lot of attention is discipline, but that's one way you can do it.
All doing, all controlling, as if it's our new God. Like literally. I mean, this is just deification on a new level. That's all it is. I mean, we've taken the old religious side of blacks and just converted it over to white supremacy, and that's become our new God. Literally. I mean, it's like what we need to be focused on is raising our children, in a way that they can be the most productive of any other group. That's what we need to be focused on. I mean, this is our only true recourse. I mean, when you really think about it. I mean, for all the people who will want to engage in these esoteric debates, listen, you don't need white supremacy for some groups to be more productive than others. Why? Because some just produce at higher rates than others. On average, I mean, you have whites, Asians, even Nigerians, and many other groups have safer, more productive neighborhoods. This is just a fact. You don't need white supremacy for the out of wedlock birth rate in the black community. You don't need white supremacy for the epidemic level STD rates. You don't need white supremacy for the insane gun violence that's happening in Chicago. You don't need white supremacy for these things. These things will happen whether you put those same black people on an island with no other people, no white people, no Asian people. These problems will still exist. Why? Because white supremacy did not create them, and white supremacy is not going to perpetuate them. Black people perpetuate them. Listen, you don't need white supremacy for Lil Wayne to get on rap songs and talk about killing niggas, selling dope, and pimping bitches. You don't need white supremacy for these things. If you have these things happening, you will have a degenerate culture. It's almost guaranteed. And this is the reason why, and that's why I get so frustrated every time I hear things like white supremacy, because white supremacy, on one hand, it just deifies white people as if they're, we are in essence, like, we are deifying them and making them our new God, and we are subjugating ourselves by, relinquishing ourselves to some inferior position automatically, because you can't say white supremacy and not say black inferiority, because they kind of operate by proxy to each other. So if I'm saying white supremacy, I'm also saying black inferiority by proxy. It's just the way that it works. So from that aspect, it's very disturbing. Then when you look at the other aspect, when you look at it from the sense of white supremacy is only kind of like this excuse for black failure. But in reality, our black failure would exist whether white supremacy existed or didn't exist. Listen, you don't need white supremacy for black failure. Because if that was the case, if white supremacy was the cause of all black failure, then you would have other countries in Africa that were superior to any culture in the world. Also, if you look at the fact that even in America,
I know people gonna hear this and say, "Well, wait a minute. What about the colonialism? That's why Africa's fucked up." But I find it hard to think. What is it? 74 countries. I don't think they fucked all 74 countries up. You should have some countries, and these people have their independence for 60, 70 years, just like North Korea, South Korea did, which is one of the largest economies in the world, right? And they chose to embrace a capitalistic mindset, whereas African nations chose to go with, say, socialism and communism, a lot of them, like Ethiopia and the rest of them. And they failed. It's really clear.
Well, a lot of their leaders is kleptocrats.
Say it again.
A lot of their leaders is kleptocrats, where any type of assistance or foreign aid that they get, they take it and run with it.
Exactly.
And it's kind of hard to be able to run a country and get in, well, not country, but run a continent when you have a lot of this infighting, a lot of tribalism, too much beef, and not understanding that if we want to be able to at least have it where we can fight later, but let's fight this one so we can be able to get rid of it completely, and then we can get back to the fighting.
Exactly.
Like, we don't understand the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of method neither.
Exactly.
Logically speaking, blacks on average in America live better, far better than most Africans or people of African descent all over the entire world. I mean, this is a fact. We don't need white supremacy for our failures, for most of our failures. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that whites have not contributed in some ways to some of the things that black people suffer today.
That's what he's saying right now.
But I have a Darwinist approach to things. The way that I kind of delineate this in my brain, it's like, at the end of the day, all cream rises to the top. Okay. Like, you have basketball players who come from abject poverty. They have single parent to no parent. Sometimes some of them grow up, literally in foster care, and then they grow up and be great athletes. And they gain all of the wealth and prosperity that the world has to offer. And the reason why this happens is because some talents, some gifts are just undeniable. And blacks have to understand this concept, because listen, if you're going to be great, it's going to be shown somewhere in the world. Like, if it was whites holding blacks down, then you would see socio-political stability all over black areas where whites have never touched. Like, you'd go to Africa and you'd see African countries that operate like London or Sweden or America. You'd see this, and you would see this without any white influence at all. You don't see this. And the reason you don't see this is because that is not blacks don't have that talent. Now, I don't believe that we can't get that talent. Like, I look at a lot of cover songs, and I look at how many whites do black songs, and they've gotten really good. And a lot of them, you can't, if you were to just close your eyes and you were to listen, you literally would not be able to tell if that person that's singing that song is white or black, because they've gotten so good at mimicking black sound. And even just the minute articulations that blacks do that and see, from a person who understands that kind of stuff and listens for those details like I do, I can hear those different dynamic variations in the way that we articulate our voices differently from the way that even white artists do. But they've even picked up those different vernaculars that blacks use to create certain sounds vocally. Even if you listen musically, like with the guitars and the different keyboard parts, they've even gotten that stuff down. And I've also seen blacks who've picked up white, things that whites are able to do, and we're able to do it just as well. I just think that blacks are we have more of a, like, our culture. You have to look at my other video on regressive cultural adaptation, because our culture rejects certain progress that blacks make. So because we have this regressive cultural adaptation, we don't adapt those things that whites do well at a rate that we need to. We need to literally be trying to copy some of the things that they do great, just like they copy the things that we